see you again on product review at South Esteem channel. The review clip video are ready to present to all of you. Today I would like to present the review about the functional amplifier from BOSTWICK. The model is the BOS-PA654. For the BOSTWICK, I would like to briefing up about the profile of this cardio product. BOSTWICK is very well known in the cardio more than 25 years. BOSTWICK has been starting and established with the idea about to building up the high performance cardio product. More than 25 years, that's BOSTWICK has to be going on in the Thailand cardio market. BOSTWICK had launched many models of the high performance cardio product. In the amplifier segment, BOSTWICK has many choice for the Thai consumer to choose and to select it, depend on the application and depend on the budget. So BOSTWICK especially address the market in Thailand and has been expand in the Southeast Asia, expand to the Middle East, and very well known is Southeast Asia also and the Middle East. About the BOS-PA654 is the new series from the BOSTWICK that would be launched in the Thai cardio market just around 2 or 3 months. But now today, this amplifier has been accepted for the Thai consumer and very popular. Why? That will be from the philosophy of the BOSTWICK. It's come with the performance is a very high performance when compared with a reasonable price. And this day, I will review this amplifier to all of you. Firstly, I would like to introduce all of you about the product packaging. In front of me that you've seen, this is the packaging of the BOS-PA654. You will see in the rectangular shape cabinet. The overall BOSTWICK has used a black color is the main theme. That will be a reflect of the rigid and the strong and the huge of the power to be contribute to the consumer. So, and another color that's BOSTWICK use, we use the red color and the white color to be used on the graphic. In the top of the package, you will see the product photo, and you also see about the graphic on the right corner, and you will see the model number, the product logo, and also you will see the power output. The specification that's very interesting. For this amplifier, we have a 65 watt IMS by 4 at 4 ohm, and at 2 ohm it will reaching up to the 100 watt by 4. Also, this amplifier could be breathing in the stereo mode, that the power output will be swing and boosting up to the 200 watt by 2 at the 4 ohm. In the side of the cabinet, you will see the product logo and the barcode, and also in the side of the cabinet it will have the product logo and the specification. I have a short and brief that I said to you. You will see that this amplifier is very interesting with the performance that we will tell for the specification. Next part, I will show you about the product and about the structure of this amplifier. Okay, I will show you about the product chassis of the BOS-PA654. In front of me, you will see that this is the body of this amplifier. This amplifier is come with a rectangular body. Main body is breathing up by using the die-cast aluminum, and the surface outside will be anodized in the bronze, very attractive. So on the top you will see the product logo has to be on the metal plate and have been anodized in the gold. So you will see the product model and the product output about the power output. So the heatsink will be hiding in the both of the side. The heatsink will be radiate the heat very quickly from the body. So about the control panel. The control panel is on this side. On the control panel, you will see the symmetrical layout that starting with the physical layout. Why BOSTWICK choose this layout? In the reason, the physical layout, when you had the putting up the component in the symmetrical, when the signal has flow from the input to the another section of the circuit, it will be flowing up in the symmetrical. So on the left and the right side, you will see the control panel. The one set of the control panel will handle two channel of the amplifier. You will see the gain control, the switch mode. The switch mode you can choose and select the operation of the amplifier circuit in the full range, high pass filter and the low pass filter. BOSTWICK also putting up the bass boost function that we use with the consumer that who want to have the high of the bass, and also that we have the another function will cover in every perspective of the usability. The opposite side, you will see that is the power connector on this side, and another side that is a speaker connector for the 4-channel amplifier. The connector has used from the metal and be coating up with a nickel to prevent about the oxide in the surface, and to be insulated with the high grade of the plastic that will be used and will be practical in use. In the next part, I will show about the inside structure and the circuit in every part of the BOS-PA654. This is inside structure. You will see the PCB and the overall about the circuit inside. The system layout, when you see this PCB, the PCB is made of the glass epoxy, and system layout will be layout in the symmetrical. You will see on the PCB, on the half area of the PCB will use for the power supply circuit. That means the power supply circuit in the half of the area on the PCB will feeding up the huge of the power supply to feeding the voltage and the current to the another part of the circuit. The power supply will use the switching power supply with the big toroidal coil, and the input when you feeding the DC voltage will have the choke is the copper air choke will be filter the interfere and filter the voltage to working properly with the electrolytic capacitor. Has 2200 microfarad both of this capacitor, and after that it will be working with the MOSFET, the high speed switch, and working with the switching voltage and switching circuit that we use the TL094, the very popular switching chip, to working with the power supply. And the output we use the electrolytic capacitor that the value just around the 7000 microfarad. Both of this capacitor we will filter the voltage to be flat voltage. So on the input section that we use the op-amp chip to handle the operation, and use in the two op-amps. The firstly that we use TL074CN, and the another one is the NE4558. that to be working for the input that we handle for the electronic crossover network with boost and another function. For the amplifier circuit, and here you will see the symmetrical layout will be separated on the center. In the left side and the right side we'll have the two channel to be fixing up. So about the amplifier circuit, that we use a multi-state transistor bipolar circuit. The first step in the drive, we use the 4 pair of the transistor. After pass the first section, will be feeding the signal to the drive section, had the 1 pair of the high gain capacitor, high gain of the transistor, and the final state will use the high gain transistor that will fix on this transistor on the chassis for the good to radiation the heat. When you see the overall, that will be reflect about the system design and system layout to be transfer the high performance of the design, and will be reflect to the performance of the operation. Okay, I will be present about the review of this amplifier. Firstly, I have got this amplifier from the distributor, so I would like to thank you, Hi-Fi International. This is the distributor for the BOSTWICK in Thailand, that to bring up this amplifier for me to review. Firstly, I have to wiring the system for review. I use a reference system with the head unit JVC KDHS 1000, and the speaker I use the two-way component speaker BOSTWICK Extreme G1, and the interconnect I use the Pulis Audio 800 Pro. So after I had to wiring the system and starting to review, the condition when I review, I has review in the full range topology. Why I choose this condition? Because of I would like to prove that this amplifier can working properly with the all band about the audio frequency. So when I start to listen at the first hours after I had to be running in, I got that BOS-PA654 had the high potential for the good sound quality, but in the first hours to the 5th hours, that is the first stage. So the overall sound is that's not good, but that means it's in the setting up state. Okay, after past the 5th hour, I start to listen the sound again. I feel like that this amplifier can be working had a good sound. So for make sure, I had to intend to listen past the 10th hour. I start to review. That's good. That's cool. After past the 10 hours, the BOS-PA654 from BOSTWICK can be showing up the outstanding performance when compared with the first hour that I reviewed. I can reaching up about the good punching at the mid bass. This amplifier can be pumped up about the huge power. When compared with the number of a power output just 65 watt by flow, when I listen, in my opinion, I think the punching is better than for the number of the power output. So about the sub bass, that will be so a little bit. We can transfer the frequency in the this band. So when listen the overall tonal balance, I feel like that the BOSTWICK BOS-PA654 can showing up the good mid bass and seamless with the mid length. The mid length can have the more the detail. So in the high frequency, in my opinion, I think BOS-PA654 will have the good of the high frequency. It does not have the transparency sound, but the overall is can cover the high frequency. When you listen to the overall part, that would be showing up about the good performance. And when you compare with the price, in my opinion, I think the sound quality is a very very good sound when compared with the price. Conclusion, in my opinion, I would like to address the BOS-PA654 is a functional amplifier. It's very good positioning and present identify about the positioning of the BOSTWICK in the cardio market. So this amplifier has the overall performance in the over standard and has a good sound quality, especially if you want to use in the sound system and you want to have the more punching. You can use this amplifier with the use the bass boost function. It can serve you. In my opinion, if you want to have the functional amplifier in the reasonable price and can transfer the good sound quality, I would like to recommend the BOS-PA654 is the one of your choice. Finally, if you want to review, to see the review clip video, you can access directly to the Sound Extreme channel on the YouTube at the worldwideweb.youtube.com/soundextreme, and you can reading up the full review article on my website in the ebook format at the worldwideweb.soundextreme.com, and you also follow me on the social by paste line on my fan page at www.facebook.com/soundextreme. Hope you will enjoy with my review in today. See you next time. Bye bye.